Today in church, we talked about moral panics like the 1980s satanic panic. And one of the points that I made is that it probably should not be surprising to us that fundamentalist Christians are usually behind these moral panics, just as they are trying to stir up one right now. Not all Christians, certainly not our lovely and loving progressive Christian allies. That fundamentalist Christians try to motivate through fear should not be surprising, because we all operate under our own mental models, and their mental model has a narrative of a supreme being who can read their thoughts and can know their heart even better than they know themselves. And if this being determines that they do not believe a very rigid, very narrow set of beliefs, then that being, when they die, will send them to everlasting torture. There is no horror movie that could be worse than that. And then they're told that that being loves them and that they are to love that being. In 1819, Unitarian William Ellery Channing responded to that same kind of thinking, rejecting it and saying, now we object to the systems of religion which prevail among us, that they are adverse in a greater or less degree to these purifying, comforting, and honorable views of God, that they take from us our Father in heaven and substitute for him a being whom we cannot love if we would, and whom we ought not to love if we could. To live with that kind of fear of a God that you're told that you have to love, that is hell. And so no wonder then that when they try to shape the way people think, that rather than appeal to reason or compassion, they try to use fear, because fear is what works on them. In some monstrous ways, right? That fear of hell drives people to stay in abusive relationships. It makes people disown their own children. Look for the religions that put more love into the world, not more fear.